Hey guys, this is Reckless818. I just wanted to cover a few things of the bow build Nightblade for PvE, specifically to increase your DPS and or your critical hits. Now, basically my skills are comprised of mostly bow and a few other ones which I'm gonna get into right now. I went with the poison injection just because it's a quick fire attack that's gonna dot your enemy. It's gonna damage them with poison, which I mean I kind of want because I put a lot of champion points in poison damage and disease damage. Now, the next thing I want to go to is the lethal arrow or snipe if you haven't morphed it yet. Now, this is probably your bread and butter. This is your starting off attack. And I can't stress this enough, especially for DPS players, that I'm always seeing in dungeons, they never crouch before they fire. They never go into stealth before they shoot their first hit. Now, the first hit is going to do the most amount of damage to anyone, and you can possibly stun your enemy before you can even get to you guys. Now, if you continuously do that in raids, you're going to be able to help your team out a lot more. Especially with this attack, it's probably going to do a big critical hit to your enemy. Next I want to go into is your third slot. Well, this one is kind of like a freebie. You can probably put whatever you want into it. I mostly only put an attack based skill in that slot. And depending on where I'm at, I choose different skills. Bosses, mobs, things like that. Now, if I was going to fight a boss that keeps moving around, I'm going to go with Grim Focus because it gives you extra Berserk for 8%. That's going to increase your critical hit. Now, other than that, after you hit your boss for 7 times with light attacks, you can press it again and it'll shoot an arrow that does 6,000 damage magic. That's a pretty good thing, especially when you have to keep mobile. Now, if you need something that's going to do a lot of damage to a boss that's not moving anywhere, or a giant target that's not doing a lot of stuff, you use Scorched Earth, or you can use the other one that increases the radius in which this attack hits. This is probably a really good one to use, especially against bosses that are not moving around a lot and that are focusing on your tank. Now, for mobs, on the other hand, that is a different story. I usually go with Bombard. I like this one the best because it stops your enemies from moving, period. Like, they can't move at all. So they're immobilized for 3 seconds. If once they're broken out of that 3-second immobilization, they have to deal with an additional 40% in their movement speed being decreased for 5 seconds. So you got a total of 8 seconds total of them not being able to hit you because you're moving faster than them and they can't go anywhere, and it's a big move. So honestly, I think any DPS player that's gonna play in the dungeons or go into the Cyrodiil, get the skills for your bow. It is a really good weapon. It gives you a lot of advantages and you can use it no matter what. Now, the next thing I want to go into is go with the piercing mark. So before you shoot your enemy, you mark them with one of these, shoot them with the snipe. It's going to do a big amount of damage, probably around like 8, 9, 10,000 damage easy. Next I want to go into is Swallow Soul. This is going to help you keep your health up, as well as the fact that it's going to help you get your ultimate back, so you can use it more often than not. So this is going to help you big time. It's going to damage your opponent and it's going to heal you at the same time, as well as get your ultimate faster. This is one of the very few moves that actually help you get your ultimate a little bit faster. Other than that, I don't really ever change this setup. This is my setup. I don't know if you guys want to try it out, but personally it works for me, especially since I'm running a bow build and I'm always far away and I don't want to get anywhere near anything that's going to one-shot me. The last but not least is the Flawless Dawnbreaker. This is going to help your damage by 7%. As long as you have it slotted, it's going to help your bow do more damage at a distance. So putting it in effect that you got minor berserk and the fact that your weapon is doing more damage with this attached to your slot, that's a big deal, dude. You can do a lot of damage with this build. I've killed a lot of things and saved my team for a lot of stress. Now, if you don't want to use this ultimate, all you have to do is have it slotted. Pretty much, I never use it. The only time I ever use it is when there's a bunch of mobs in front of me and I don't have the other one yet. But once I get my special all the way up from using Swallow Soul and doing light attacks, because of my Grim focus, if I do light attacks, I get my ultimate back faster. Then I switch to this and I use my Veil of Blades, and I'll rush in with Stampede and then use Wrecking Blow with Rally and all this other stuff that I already went through in one of my other videos for the Werewolf. Now, this is going to do a lot of damage. It's going to do around 15,000, 16,000 damage depending on how much magic damage you actually have for your character. I don't really have a lot, but I mean, this still does a lot of damage. Now, pretty much this is my main build right here. I usually use this all the time in raids and PvP. I don't really go into my melee build unless they really get close to me, and that way I can mess them up a little bit more. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I hope you guys liked it. If you guys liked it, press the button down below, or you can press the dislike button. That's just gonna hurt my feelings. Why would you want to do